Good morning, everybody. Happy work week. Happy Monday. Happy November 15th to all of you tuning in. We start with reasons to have a reality check. There's 47 days left until 2022 just blasts off that launch pad and we start a new year in a new way. Are you ready? You should be business planning. You should be holiday planning. You should be busy connecting with your audience, especially this time of year. We've got lots of excuses. No matter what you are doing, do it with excellence, do it with vibrance, and do it. Okay. Reasons to mark your calendar. Today's going to be kind of just like a reminder of what's coming up this week. This is the last real heavy week of classes because I see a big disconnect in people when it comes to next week with the holiday planning. Some of you are having people over, et cetera. And there tends to be like a little bit of a push away from education. So we're going to go out with a bang. Reasons to mark your calendar. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock, Jamie Zadrew, part of my special guest series, Jamie is going to conduct a webinar of her own on RAMP and its recent revisions. Stop. Did you hear that part? Recent revisions. There's a couple different things that makes your RAMP experience very clarified. I want you to consider taking the class, especially if you've been asking me or your strategic growth coach or marketing coordinators about the RAMP client report. This is, we got to get this in our heads, guys. It's really inexpensive. It's really impactful to your clients, but you have to understand how to put the process into play. And Jamie's going to help you do that, along with some other real big changes that they made in RAMP to accommodate whose ask? Yours, okay? The end user's ask. So please consider joining her for that. This is a point of clarity that we all got to get under our belts. RAMP is underutilized by most of you that reach out to me and say, how can I do this with excellence? RAMP is the way to do it. Okay, Wednesday. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday, excuse me, we've got Joanna Naylor from Deluxe giving her final class of the month on postal drip campaigns and pulling free demographic lists through Deluxe. Why am I slowing down when I talk about that? Because that's Bill Ravis in a nutshell, right? When you took his coaching class, one of his key factors was just dominance in the marketplace with postal over time, rhythmic dripping. If you're new, if that sparked hearing from the best leader of all that this is how you should market your business because it has staying power and has proven itself, you need to know how to put it into play. And Joanna's a new voice to get you to listen to. So please, that's at 11 o'clock on Wednesday. Last chance to learn about that. And I also, just as a little aside to that, Bill's coaching class, Molly Lane's Lessons from Leaders Geo-Farming class, which shows you how to calculate turnover rates and make drip campaigns the most powerful that they can be. So this is a 3 kind of prong learning series. If you need to go back and watch those other 2 before you see Joanna's, please know that they're in the video channel. And there have been a lot of demand for those. So then Thursday, 10 a.m., the season finale of Lessons from Leaders with our special guest, Lisa Thies, strategic growth coach of Ravis Scarsdale. Now, she's doing a presentation on show or sell, walking you through the best practices for putting people in the car, preparing them for the process of house hunting, best tips to advise them along the way, and best products to use. So, especially if you're new to the business, please, this is like a foundational selling course. I want you to register for this class. Your first business is more than likely going to come from buyers, and you need to know some good routines to put into practice as best practices to launch your business and your relationships with them. So that's at 10 o'clock on Thursday. All right, reasons to stay in today with me. 9:30 entrepreneur. Our final session of November begins this week, and it begins this morning. 11:30 building a CMA in Moxie Present. This is actually taking the comps that you're coming to the table with and applying them into the program. This is also reviewing the new design of the CMA. If you don't know what it looks like, you've got to find out, because this is like premier tool of ours when you're going on listing presentations, right? Okay, and at 1 p.m. best practices for buyers, part of my best practice series, business planning. 47 days left, okay, in the year. Business planning should be starting now. You should be booking your appointments with your strategic growth coaches, your field trainers, etc. You should be getting out your worksheets, your ROI from Bill. All of those worksheets, including Tom Ferry's and some additional baseline worksheets, including our GCI calculator, gross commission income calculator, can all be found updated for next year, 2022, brand new fresh questions in Ravis University, Power Up with PDFs. When you power up with PDFs and you click on that, you'll see a lot of folders that give you step-by-step instructions. And you will also see a folder called 2022 Business Planning and Worksheets. So crack that open if you haven't found it yet. That's a great way to start answering the questions that you need to answer to build next year to be your best. Okay, quote of the day. There are two ways to be happy. Improve your reality or lower your expectations. We're not lowering our expectations on anything. We're going with gusto. We're speeding toward the end of the year for success to reach those goals that we set in January, which I feel like I was just talking to you during. This year has gone by so fast. How do you do that? You hang with great people. You hang with motivating people, the people that push you with positivity and drive, who believe in you and support the ideas that you have. You can catch a great attitude from great people, but how about even not even receiving, but giving? Be the great person in somebody's life. Be the person that lifts another one up or says, you know what, business planning seems scary, but let's just start with the worksheet. I'll be your accountability partner. Let's get someplace together in 2022. I was at the grocery store this weekend, as so many of you also were, preparing for the holidays, and it was later in the afternoon. And the air was a little tense, right? There were a lot of people, and some shelves were empty and some things were being bought in advance for the holiday to ensure that you would have them. And I was having conversation with the woman that was checking me out, and I was making a few jokes with her, and as I was bagging, and she stopped at the end and she said, I just want to thank you because you're the first person who's been nice to me today. You have the power to give that feeling to someone else. Don't forget it. Use it, especially a lot this holiday season when we all need it a little more than we needed it before. All right, that's it for me. Stay well, stay safe. Please be happy today. So much better than yesterday. And I will see you tomorrow morning. Fresh start again on the boost. Stay well, and thanks for joining me.